What a week for console mods. In this video, I'll be going over the best mods that dropped in Baldur's Gate 3 for console players on PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Now, there wasn't really any class mods that released this week, but we got some highly requested ones, such as the Tactician Enhanced mod, and we also got ourselves the debug book here as well, which allows you to skip all the way to Act 3 if you want to, with a bunch of different parameters. I'll be covering all these a little bit in detail. But Tactician Enhanced, I think this was the #1 most requested mod, and we finally have it in Baldur's Gate 3 on console. This works alongside the increased party size mod, both made by Pixel Blades, to allow you to scale your difficulty the way you want it. It's really well done. We also got treasure trove, weapons, and armor. I did a full video going through all the items because there's a ton of them. This allows you to summon in like Dame Aelin and Isabel. I think it's really cool. A very fun mod that allows you to just create the build of your dreams. We also got ourselves some more beards, and this one's great. And bangs everywhere, offering more hair selections and pretty much making your own style of hair as you see fit. And plasma weapons, something I didn't think would make its way because, you know, the mouse. But we got ourselves this as well. Mana Flare giving us some pretty cool weapons that are like magical based. I'll show you those as well. And we got ourselves the triumphant return of Evelyn's Sweetheart Shotgun mod. This is awesome, as I think that this is just a fun mod, and the more fun and wacky mods, the better. I think that's the whole purpose and spirit of modding, so happy to see this one here from Pommel Strike. We also got ourselves Ember's Loot. This is another fun mod I'll show off, allowing you to go through and play a bunch of music and summon in some skeletons and different groups, like the Vicious Rockery here, which comes along and will play music alongside your character. We also got random enemy generators, so we can start fights wherever we want and have some fun action with that. And we also got ourselves faces unlocked. So I think going back to the debug book, what's nice about the debug book is with this, you got the ability to kind of do whatever you want with this. So the book of debugging, you pop this and you got a bunch of different actions here. So you got like Act 2 set up. You can go into this, Shadowheart on Act 2. Do you want to teleport to Act 2? You can teleport to Act 3 and a bunch of different things. You can play with the party present. So if you want to skip from the start of the game to Act 2 or 3, you can do that. So this is great for if you're on multiple playthroughs and you just want to get into the action, you can now do that. There's also a bunch of different cheats like leveling up, giving yourself gold points, god mode tags, resting if you need to, cheat skill checks, add thieves tools, low attitude dialogues if you want to see them. We also got the ability to add inspiration points. In addition to this, you can add or remove companions. So if you wanted to add a companion you maybe have missed previously, you just go ahead here and you can recruit them, and you just click recruit, send to camp. And then whenever you're in camp, you're going to see that the character is going to be where they normally would hang out with in the camp. So Minthara is hanging out. I guess I had a bit of a glitch with Minthara. I can't actually show you her. She is in the camp, but it wouldn't make it on YouTube. But we got ourselves Lae'zel here, so she was captured by Orin. We just shot her back to camp. So yeah, if you have companions that are out of where they should normally be, you can bring them back in with this, or you can just recruit them if you haven't previously recruited them. So that's pretty cool. Now, there's a bunch of other options that you can use with the debug book, so I encourage you to give this a shot. Just be mindful this mod may cause issues down the road. You can teleport yourself to different regions. You can set quest flags, so if you have different quests that you want to do, or origin quests, you can set those up with this. It also has a bunch of useful spells. You can knock out a person, speak with animals, and all sorts of different things. It changes the scripting of the game. So the fact that we got this mod leads me to believe that we'll get some more mods in the future that add further changes to the game, which I think is great. But back to the Tactician Enhanced. So with this mod, what happens is your character will have a little option on their a skill bar here, which you can set it up. So you see the Tactician Enhanced, configure, and then you got all these different options. So you can just go with they have a bunch of options if you want to just set it up basically, like they have presets, so you can go with like the setting presets. Some of them will add like extra actions, skill health point scaling to 5% or 10%, and additional actions add 8 party members. This one here will give you 1 extra action to the enemies, add 6 party members, 2 enemy actions at 10, and 3 at 16. So this is perfect if you're going to be using the increased party size mod to keep things balanced, because the enemies become a lot easier. There are also some very challenging ones. The Impossible Challenge will give 500% extra health to the enemy, plus 3 actions, plus 3 bonus actions. So the enemy will just go in and attack, and it's very challenging. So I encourage you to give this a shot. Obviously, if you're going to pull this off, do it like without mods to have the full official challenge. So the creator here says if you're able to give them video proof of being able to do this, they will find some ways to immortalize you. I do think it's quite impossible to succeed on this, because the enemy getting 3 extra actions means that the enemies can attack like 12 times. It's just insane, the amount of damage, and then they can go and shove you off the ledge multiple times. So yeah, this makes it a very difficult challenge. So very cool though. Tactician enhances a mod that I think works really well. Now, I guess one of the most popular mods that I want to show off is the Lightsaber mod. So this will give you a bunch of different actions. I did 3 different builds for this using the Eldritch Knight, the Mind Weaver, Force Blade, as well as the Mystic. So I have 3 different class builds that I covered on that on my channel, so you can check those out. But with this, you get some different attacks. So you got Lightning Strike, Basic Force, so you can do Force Push or Pull, Lightning Wrath. And on top of all this, there's full armor sets will give you different, like you can see there, Force Cloak, Force Throw, Force Stasis, Force Choke, Force Teleport, Danse Macabre, which allows you to teleport basically and attack people's in the way, and Almighty Force, which pushes or pulls enemies towards you. And we also got Plasma Staffs, which gives us the Force Twirl. So different types of attacks depending on what lightsaber that you choose. I think this is one of the most fun mods that got added, because hey, who doesn't like swinging around light swords like this? It just gives you a whole bunch of different actions that normally you wouldn't get in this type of game. So very nice. In addition, there's also a bunch of character customization mods that I think are worth highlighting. So we got ourselves finally the Bangs Everywhere mod, which is made by Padme 4000, and with this mod you can change your character's bangs. So if you want to give them a specific look, you just go here and you can add different styles to your character. What's nice about this is you can go with like a ponytail style, and then you can add different things. It's basically the Tav's hair salon, but you get to choose what your character will look like. Lots of customization here, so it's a fun mod to mess around with. In addition to this, we also got ourselves the more beards 3. So you got some pretty strong beard options here that are very thick looking, they apply the color well. So if you choose your hair colors, like you got this nice Hagrid mod or beard here, they work really well. You got even sideburns and different types of beards. So this is great. The more beards, the better. The more customization. I think people really do like things like that. So it's nice to see many more options here, as well as different face mods. So we got lots of different face mods. This one here was the Faces Unlocked by Shane H147. You can see you can apply tons of different faces like Mintharos. We have had mods previously like this, but this just gives you even further customization to make your character look the way exactly you want them to look. I think that's awesome. Again, the more customization, just the better the experience. So there's some faces that we didn't even previously get. So I think that is great, given further customization. The Embers Loot mod is one of the most fun mods, because you can go and share magical, so you can share the ability to play music, and then you can play music with different allies and different characters. So like the Weeping Dawn here will perform with Elfir the Bard. And this is just a fun mod. There's some other options you can get, different looking loots. The Haunted one will give you like a haunted appearance. And yeah, I think that this mod just gives us a bunch of different options. You play like Volo. Yeah, I really enjoy this mod, just being able to summon in a character and play your instrument. And it has the songs like The Power, which is one of my favorite songs from this. So you can apply different effects to it. Shake the Lute, Purple Smoke. So if you go like this, you can see there, you got a little floating lute. We got ourselves Purple Smoke. So you can do a bunch of fun things with this. I think that that's really cool. So whenever you go to perform with the spirits here, you can just go, and we'll just go ahead there, and you're gonna see you got the little glowing lute. We got music flying around us, and everyone just singing along too. So this is great. I love this mod. It's just for fun, and that's what I think modding is all about. In addition to this, there's also the Haunted one. And I also will show off the Mana Flare weapons. So this is a mod that has a bunch of different options, so you can add like fire attacks to your main hand. You're going to see there what it looks like. So you can add like a different fire attack there. You can add different like necrotic, poison, any elemental type. You can add that to your character, and it's going to be a cool effect like that. So if you get into combat, now I'll show you another combat mod. We got ourselves the Bag of Overwhelming Chaos, and this combines with a random spawn generator. So with this, you can drink one of these potions here, and what this does is it gives you abilities to summon in a bunch of different enemies. So I'll show that off here. So with this mod, if you apply the arena mode, it'll cause a combat encounter right where you're at. So then you can run into a position and set up and start fighting. So at the end of each turn, there's going to be a thing that comes out of this shadow quake, and you want to attack the shadow quake, but it'll just show off what it does. So it's just random encounters again. We'll get out of the way and it'll pop in. It pulls everything in towards you as well, and then it creates an enemy for you to fight. So it just created an enemy here, a poltergeist for us to attack, and it'll continue to spawn enemies in until you're able to take it out. So you can just go ahead with attacking it, and yeah, it's fun. It's not Trials of Tav, but the ability to fight a bunch of different enemies at will, I think, is pretty cool. So the further we get advancements in mods like this, the closer we'll get to something like Trials of Tav. So that's pretty exciting. I'm just kind of showing this off. I'm not really playing seriously, but yeah, this mod's fun, and we need more fun mods like this. So excited to see what comes in the future here. But this one has 78 one-shot at him. Nice. I put the increased challenge and yeah, it's an increased challenge, one shot at Gale. So yeah, that is the random spawn generator. There's a lot of great mods that release this week. Hopefully we get some class mods next week, and I think race mods should hopefully get that update soon that'll prevent the game from crashing so that console players can get more race mods. But we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you all in the next video.